All right, now I'm not sure, but listen. Well, yeah, okay. Let's start it off like this. New show alert. New show alert. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Queens. It's a new, and I'm saying it's a new show alert because I'm going to try to see. This is bad when I get to talk about. I'm going to try to give this show a run because I like the people that are actually involved in the show. You got Eve and Notori Naughton. So I mean, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to give it a run, but I'm gonna tell you from the beginning, I am not impressed. I'm really not impressed. I feel like this show is what they showed us in this first hour is an extended sitcom. It could have been this could have been a made-for-TV movie. Could have been a made-for-TV movie. They could have stretched it out a little bit more, and it could have been a made-for-TV movie. Hour and a half, boom, done. Or it could have been made into maybe a sitcom with just a few episodes. Let's just talk about it. First episode is called 1999. As the show actually comes on, it is showing you this music video. They're actually recording this music, well, they're kind of recording the music video and introducing you to the characters as they go. The name of the song is Nasty Girl. And I think the name of the group was those Nasty Bitches is what was like the name of the group. And I was like, wow, that's the name of the group. Okay, whatever. But anyway, first you meet Brianna. Brianna, they call her Professor Sex. She raps. And, well, they basically all rap. They all rap. It's a very 90s song. Ergo's the title is 1999. This is 1999 when this video came out. They literally blew up. It was like a one-hit wonder type of situation, but they really blew up. And then they come to present time. Present day, 2021. Here, child, Brianna got a house full of babies and a husband that has some issues. He's having headaches and stuff and don't know exactly what's going on, but he's been missing work and all of this, so he's kind of like out of work and this, that, thing, and the other. Then we see Jill, who they call the Thrill. Jill is into the church, plus she's Catholic, and she's cheating on her husband, okay, in present time. Then we see Valeria, they call her V, and her name is Butter Pecan. She's Hispanic, and she is actually making it. She is a TV host. She's a TV host. And you can see right away, she's the girl that will claw her way to the top. Because as we see her, she actually, in present day, is putting a drug in her co-host's coffee or tea, get rid of her. I said, oh. Then we have Naomi. Naomi's actually played by Brandy, and they used to call her Explicit Lyrics. She basically is present day. She is singing like folk and country music down in Nashville and struggling. She is a struggling artist. She's doing like little honky tonk bars and everything. She just ain't doing too hot. E-Rock was their manager and the creator of the group. It's a guy. Very interesting. Very interesting. So, first thing we see, like I said, we focus it on Brianna, which is played by Eve. And Eve, she's doing her thing, and she ends up busting her husband with one of his students. He's a professor, so busts him screwing one of his students in their bed. And she was just trying to get herself dressed up all sexy for him, and he busted him in the bed. So that was a whole mess. This is when she ends up getting mad, going outside, and just so happened they was playing their record. It was like a blast from the past, playing their record on the radio. Go over to Jill's house. Her husband, she seems like she's basically fallen out of love with her husband. like he's all in, but she's not. And trying to have a baby. They're trying to have a baby, and it just ain't working out. And she ain't interested in screwing him. She goes downstairs. She's talking to her friend Tina, and very shortly after that, we actually see, honey, her and Tina are a couple. She's actually, I said she's cheating on her husband. She's cheating on her husband with a woman. She is fighting coming out as a lesbian. Tina is basically pressing her to actually come out, which is always a disaster. And we found out that she's not just into the church. Her father is a deacon. And like I said, she's Catholic. Naomi, we see her, she goes to the house, her mother's house. Here her mother raised her daughter. Daughter really has no connection with her and just ain't got time for her. She's just basically, she has pretty much turned her responsibility with her daughter over to her mother, and the daughter is now a young adult and basically really doesn't want very much to do with her, and her mother is not helping the situation. So that's what her situation is, and the daughter's like, just go away. So that's what she's kind of going through. So they end up getting calls, and all the girls end up going to California, and they end up meeting with this new girl named Muffins. Muffins is the hot thing right now, and she's hired to do the closing of the BET Awards, and it's literally like in a week. So they're like, they want to bring them into the fold, and you know, so how we do a throwback. Basically, so he's going to pay them all $50K a piece. Child, when Valeria came in there, honey, her and Naomi get to fighting. They just bust out and get to fighting. Got an old beef. Come to find out it's about E-Rock. E-Rock was screwing them both and chose Valeria over Naomi, and then it didn't even work out. So as that whole thing ended up happening, Valeria told them, I don't even need you all. Like, I don't need y'all. I don't need this. This is stupid. I ain't got time for this. So she walked out. And they're like, oh, well, so at least, well, we're just here, so we can't really do nothing now. One of the girls done left. Valeria gets back to work, honey, and that's when there's like a whole investigation going on. They're like, we seen you, honey. We hired a special investigator, and we see you switching the cups of coffee and all of that, and we're going to give you the chance to walk away and resign. So all that happened really fast. When E-Rock comes in to the fold and sees Naomi, they fall back into what they fall back into. They didn't start screwing around already. Valeria comes back and ends up telling them that she'll do it. They're like, what the heck? So, you know, it is moving really, really fast. The show was moving really fast. And said that they'll do it and everything like that. So that was that. They was all sitting around the table and everything. Jill ends up telling the girls about her being gay. And they're like, okay. Naomi and they were fighting. They were just like having their fights that everybody came out and everybody found out that everybody was really not as they say they are. You know, things ain't what it's supposed to be. Later on, we see Brianna's husband comes and tells her he had his CAT scan and he needed her to come back home because it's cancer. She ends up going home, tells him, listen, I'm just doing what I got to do for you just to nurse you back to health so I can go ahead and divorce you and leave you. And that's what I'm doing. Period. And we found out also that Jill was a cokehead. Jill had a cocaine addiction that they dealt with when they were a hot group. And ends up finding Muffins and her. Muffin's name is Lauren. She ends up, they having this real deep conversation, and she's like, I don't really know who I could trust. I got people on my back to take care of them and everything like that. You know, Muffin's caught up in the whole hamster wheel of stardom is what it is. She took a liking to Jill, and Jill didn't tell her that she had a coke problem. She invites him to the house. When they go to the house, they find Jill. She didn't OD. She stretched out on the floor, child, because she was Gary snorting some coke. And she had asked Jill, "You want some?" when they were at the bathroom and they had really had their little talk. She's like, no, not at all. Found her that night, passed out. She done OD'd. She's like, well, I can't do anything, and they're like, okay, so just like that, the dream is over. It's all over. The performance ain't going to happen. It's all over. They were arguing and fighting about her. They were like, well, child, we don't even know her. You know what I mean? But Jill wasn't letting it go. She was like, I understand how this happens and all that, and I'm just not going to let it go. So shortly after that, Lauren comes out, and she's like, listen, I take care of my people. I do what I'm said I'm going to do. Y'all going to still make y'all money. I'm going to do this performance, then I'm going to get myself together. So the performance ended up happening. Muffins pulled a fast one on E-Rock at the awards and didn't even go on stage. She came on stage and introduced the group, the Nasty Girls, and had them come on out, and they did it. And that's what they said. They changed their name because they are grown now to Queens. And they performed, and that was it. And it was a big hit. And then the next thing we see as it's getting ready to go off, they're saying, okay, so this is it. So we got 4 moms trying to make a comeback or get ready to be touring with Lauren, with a young girl fresh out of rehab. This is going to be something else. So that's it. That's the premise of the show. They're getting ready to go on this world tour with these second chance Barbies and this fresh out of rehab one-hit wonder, basically. I said, okay, so listen, this is what I'm going to do here, you all. I'm going to give it a try. But at this point, I'll say it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was entertaining because it has a slight humor to it. And I could see as we're going forth, they're going to add some real drama to it, with their life on the road and everything like that. But all in all, this is nothing but a sitcom. It's like a sitcom. It gives you very Girlfriends meets Star is basically what it is. And I'm not impressed. As much as I love Girlfriends, as much as I love Star, I'm going to say it's a no for me. But again, I'm going to go ahead and give this a try. We'll see. We'll see. But they definitely going to have to step it up. It's going to have to step up from here. Because this ain't enough to really hold me no week to week to week to week to week. Because I'm like, you done pretty much ran out of storyline on this right now. Where it's at now, it could have just been a one-time thing and we'd be done with it. And say, oh, that was a cute little made-for-TV movie. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, you all. I'll catch y'all next week on the next episode. Later.